time for a bit of music. I've come to London's Maida Vale studios, where many really famous artists have performed, to see one of the UK's up-and-coming bands play live. This is strange though. Where is everyone?
At the moment, it looks like no one's in the venue. It looks like no one has arrived to see the show, but I think someone is about to arrive, hopefully a whole crowd.
In fact, there is no other real-life audience for this show.
In Radio 1's new music portal, and don't worry if you're listening to the radio, it's fine, you just hear it like a normal gig.
Good Neighbours are behind me performing live on Radio 1, but I'm also joining them virtually here. I can move all around the virtual stage. I can get a front row position. My avatar beat engineer there is ready to dance. Got some moves. Bit of cheering. There we go. My finest dance moves.
This performance at Radio 1 Live Lounge is being simultaneously turned into an interactive 3D virtual event, one that anyone can join on their laptop or mobile device. It's part of a joint venture between the BBC's R&D department and software company Condense. But what's it all about?
And what we're so excited about with Condense is we can take, stuff the BBC's really good at and been doing for a long time, live music, live performance, and take that and put it into these in-game environments where audiences are spending more and more of their time.
Do you think this is also something about the fact that Radio 1 audiences are more likely to be of a particular age that they'll engage with this? Or do you see there's a whole cross-section of content for all ages that you can make immersive in this way?
I think Radio 1 really wanted to reach out and build relationships with these audiences in these spaces. I do think the same technology can apply across a number of genres. But what we've seen already is actually musical performances are well established in these spaces. We want to deliver this experience in a way that is native to those environments and makes the best use of the forms of interactivity that it allows. We want to increasingly build a interactive conversation with our audiences, and this is a great way to do that.
To see how it works, I had a good nose around behind the scenes before the show started.
This rig is where the virtual stage is created. There are 10 cameras around that are doing the volumetric capture. There's also a 360 camera here, and on this screen, the band can interact with the audience. You can see them jumping, clapping, dancing, and they can get a bit of the atmosphere back from those who are watching virtually.
The performance is transformed into a real-time 3D model and streamed into a virtual venue, which is called the New Music Portal. It can be viewed from any angle and from anywhere. Fans can interact with the band and artists can interact with the avatars of their fans. Good Neighbours is our guinea pig band today, so what's the experience been like for them?
Very space age. It's kind of like we're in a musical prison right now, but a nice one.
I was trying not to focus because otherwise I'd just be staring at that the whole time.
Well, it could be quite distracting, couldn't it?
Yeah, you can still see when people are like into it and wandering around and being active.
Because obviously it's not the same as seeing a whole crowd of fans in front of you.
Sure.
But comparing this to what it's like doing something on the radio where they can't see anything.
I guess it's definitely a heightened experience of that, because when you do see people actually moving as beings on the screen, that definitely fills you with a bit more confidence.
But what about the audience?
We're aiming for an experience that makes people feel like they're getting even a small part of the real live experience. So when you're watching online, it's passive. When you're watching through our tech, you feel like you're part of something. And it's interesting, when we talk to people about what they've experienced after our events, they say, oh, I loved being there. I attended. I was part of it.
And eventually, I guess you can have people doing this in augmented reality with VR headsets, entering a whole different world. What do you think this means for the future of music and how you guys are going to perform throughout your career?
I definitely think it's going to help bands like us that are on their way up, where maybe we don't have the budget to go to like Brazil or somewhere across the world. I think it's going to open up a really good relationship with fans.
Well, that's interesting because it's not just about the fans travelling. It, of course, means you don't have to travel.
Yeah,
True, yeah.
I guess that you can sort of reach a wider audience straight away and they can actually see live shows. So in a way, it's bringing live shows back.
Okay, let's finish up back in Berlin at the 100th IFA Electronics Show.
Now, a lot of IFA is given over to home appliances like washing machines and robo-vacuums, but this is Hall 27. It's called IFA Next, and this is where the weird stuff happens.
It's a place for startups to show off their prototypes and big new ideas, and if IFA is to stand for Innovation for All from now on, well, this is where you'll find it. Now, ever fancy being your own dentist?
The
tool is fine, I'm sure. My technique, not so much. What are you smiling at?
It's a NASA cat carrier for your space cat. One design problem though. Bit too breathable, if you know what I mean. Houston, we have a problem. Time for a new hairstyle. Here's a smart mirror that's got some suggestions. First thing you've got to do is have your photo taken. Beautiful. Right, and now the magic begins, yes?
Yeah.
Now what this is doing is actually analysing my face, and it's first of all going to remove my actual hair. So prepare yourselves. Oh, that's marvellous, that is. That's me at the end of IFA.
The mirror allows you to change the colour of your virtual hair and even the texture.
Oh, and you can kind of stroke it into position. Oh, well, that's made it all better now. That's 90s boy band. That's Backstreet Boys. Do you know what? I've been thinking about changing my hairstyle for years, and now I'm not anymore.
Like everything at IFA, some of these things might hit the big time. Many won't. And some of the underlying ideas and technologies may actually form the basis of something completely different. Can I tell which is which? Well, after 20 years in the job, no.
And that's it from us from IFA 100. Hope you've enjoyed our whistle-stop tour. I certainly have. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you soon.